Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Brunch. Again, Sunday 11 o'clock UK time. We are meeting for last few weeks over a hot, steamy, delicious but yet healthy discussion on some important topic, important from personal development point of view, from individual's point of view. So, someone asked me, why do I call it Sunday brunch? We don't share food, right? But the reason is we share food for thought. We nourish our mind, we nourish our emotions by discussing something that matters to us all, and that's why I thought let's call it Sunday brunch. We'll have food for thought for the whole week. So that's why it's Sunday brunch, and welcome back. Today's topic we had announced. It will be how many contacts can we maintain. So the number is we can maintain at any particular time 150 meaningful contacts. Well, why 150? Why that arbitrary number, right? It's not arbitrary number, it's Dunbar's number. Robin Dunbar was a British anthropologist and he conducted a research study on non-human primates, like how many contacts they are maintaining and how big group they are having. So the study was interesting, and then he decided to apply it to human also with his group. So they studied a group of human being, individuals, organizations, their history, they observed them, and their finding was that from primates as well as when they applied to human being, their finding on primates was that the number of contacts that one can maintain is directly linked to the size of their brain, specifically neocortex. So this neocortex, which is associated with linguistic and recognition cognitive abilities, so this neocortex decides the ability of individual to maintain the contact. So for human being, it was found out after a number of research that more or less one individual can maintain about 150 meaningful contacts. And that's because of the neocortex of an individual's human brain. Now it may differ, and it's also like categories of contact. So he says, he divides the contacts into various categories. The innermost circle, the closest one to individual, what he calls loved ones. So this loved one circle is the smallest one and the closest one and the most important one, with 5 individuals included. So he says that there may be at a point of time about 5 loved ones for us. Then there is another second circle. So second circle is of close friends, good friends, which can include up to 15 individuals, 15 contacts. Beyond that, the third circle is of up to 50 people. So it's 50 people. So 50 people is that third circle is of friends. So that can be the number of friends one individual can have at a point of time. Then he goes beyond, and then comes this magic number of meaningful contacts, that is 150. So at a point of time, we can maintain 150 contacts meaningfully. Then the next circle, that is of acquaintance, people whom we know, people who knows us, we meet occasionally, professionally, on social level, but then they are not friends. So they are not in the circle of friends. So that circle is 500 people. And beyond that, the last circle he draws for 1500 people. This 1500 people is the circle for people, contacts whom we can recognize. So he says that we can recognize about 1500 individuals at a point of time. This is not about preference. This is about ability. This is linked to our brain's ability to maintain contacts at a point of time in our life. So it's not my preference how many contacts I want to maintain. That may help me in expanding my contact or reducing my contact to a certain extent, but cannot change much, right? So we have certain limitations in our brain that it can process. So, but he is very clear that these circles, individuals jump in and jump out of these circles. Someone who is just an acquaintance at a point of time can become your friend. So he can come in the inner circle. If things go well, he or she can be even your close friend, good friend. So he can even come that circle of 15. And sometimes, let's say those two friends get married. The person can come even in the loved ones. And this loved one is not necessarily blood relatives, right? They are anyone who you love most at that particular moment. People can go out of this zone. People can enter into this zone. So this interchangeability actually explains that very well. We can take example of our own lives. When I was child, I used to share my lunch in school with my friends. They were very close friends to me. But today they are not in that close group because we don't talk that frequently, we don't meet that frequently. It's nothing about friendship, right? It's about actually maintaining contact. So they are not in that close friend group with whom I am maintaining more regular contacts. So they have moved out of that zone because other people have taken regular and frequent contact with me. So they come in. So that depends on many things like our position in the society, our place of residence, where we are living, among whom we are living, professionally what we are required to do, personally whom we are meeting. All these contacts get into one or another circle, and that decides our overall surrounding. In today's time of social media, the question may arise whether this Dunbar's number of 150 or 500 or 1500, is it correct? Well, we have hundreds of contacts in our smartphone today. We interact with so many people on our messaging platforms, on our social media platforms regularly or occasionally. But it's for you to decide whether this number is more or less true or not. It's for me to decide whether it's more or less true or not. But we know that many friends or many known people who were in one particular circle, acquaintance, at certain point, they are no more there. They have gone out. Why? Because situations have changed, circumstances have changed. You have moved out from the place, or the other person has moved out of the place, so you are not maintaining regular contact. So the person from acquaintance zone has gone out, but someone else has entered. It keeps happening. So that's the point, that people keep changing in our life, in our circles, social circle, personal circles, professional circles. and we maintain limited number of contacts at a point of time regularly in our life. So it's upon us who we choose, with whom we choose to maintain that strong, good, close contact. It also depends on our personality, introvert, extrovert. If I am an introvert person, I would rather like to have limited people around me but with deep emotional bonding. If I am an extrovert, I will hardly fall into that deep emotional bonding, but then I will have thinly spreaded contacts over the circles. So that decides which. Now in my understanding, these circles might be more or less flexible. This 5 can be 7, this 15 good friends can be 20 good friends, 50 friends maybe only 40 friends, meaningful contact maybe 140, 130, 160, that is flexible. So inner circles may have some flexibility based on the situation, based on our personality, extrovert, introvert. It can also depend on your professional requirement. If you are required to maintain a wide number of contacts regularly, then perhaps it will be much more than this number, but not always, right? So that's why more or less this number will hold. Yes, sometimes it depends on our mood. At certain point, if we are happy, we would like to meet more people. We are happy in mixing with others, mingling with others. If we are sad, in some despair situation, perhaps we like to be with ourselves and our loved ones, maybe with close friends, that's all. We do not like to go out. So that also matters. So a professional position, our professional requirements, social circumstances, your preference of people, our nature, extrovert, introvert, and our mood. Many things may decide how much socialized we are, how many people we maintain regular touch with. But it is very interesting to find out that in last 10 years, who have come in your close friend circle of 15 and gone, and who new have entered there. I mean, we don't need to make a list, but we can easily remember, right, that at that point of time so and so used to be very close to us. Now the person is not that close. Now someone else is close to us. So that happens because of, and especially for people like us, especially for people like me, who move from place to place. So that contact of friends, 50 friends, they change. Some people are more in contact at the time when you are placed at one station, and then they move from friend to acquaintance because then you interact less regularly. That may happen with you also. So it's interesting, right, that to find out that who are where in our life. Good. So good. I mean, Dunbar's number of 150 magical, meaningful contacts is really good to understand our limits, to also know who you should maintain regular contacts with, and that somehow excited me. So I thought it will be good to share with you. Thank you for joining again, and see you next Sunday again at 11 o'clock. on our Sunday brunch, food for thought. See you here. Take care. Bye.